Hi everyone. Today let's talk about Google potentially losing search on Samsung devices. And then we'll take a look at the charts, and this story is clearly having a direct effect to both of these companies. If you like trading stocks and options and making money, definitely like and subscribe. I make videos like this every single day that the markets are open. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. So Google losing search on Samsung devices to Microsoft is a huge story. Google search is obviously their primary business. I'm a little surprised it's having such an effect on Microsoft. They make a ton of money from a bunch of different services, but Google, obviously their primary revenue is through Google search. They say that Microsoft's Bing might replace Google on Samsung devices. Honestly, I think this would probably be a little bit of a disadvantage for Samsung. I think Microsoft would have to do a lot of work to make sure that Bing is at least comparable to Google, and right now I just don't think that's the case. Anytime I search anything, I use Google, and anytime I get put onto a different search engine, I generally go over to Google because I'm not able to find the things that I'm actually looking for. And the question is, how does this affect Samsung? And you can see here, this is putting $3 billion at risk for Google, which is definitely a substantial amount of money. And not only does this deal and $3 billion affect Google, if this kind of a deal goes through and Microsoft is starting to take market share away from Google, then this could potentially happen in other businesses as well. So this could be like a first domino type situation, which obviously would be terrible for Google. Samsung shipped 261 million smartphones in 2022, all running the Google Android software. And this is another insulator here for Google, in my opinion. They do run Android, so it would be interesting to see how Samsung would integrate Bing into the Android software. Not to say that it's impossible, but it might be a little bit interesting there. And this section kind of says what I was just saying, right? So they have a deal with Samsung and with Apple. And between these two companies, they make about $20 billion in revenue. And if some of these start to go away, that's going to be a huge impact to Google. And like I said, if this is the first domino, we could see a major down move in Google. Of course, they're trying to get their AI-powered features into search as soon as possible in order to compete with Microsoft, but that remains to be seen if they're going to be successful there. Moving over to the charts here, looking at Google versus Microsoft, you can see Google is cratering. It was up around 109.50, and it's all the way down to the lows going back to Wednesday, sitting at 105.50, so it hasn't broken down its structure quite yet. It's still in this zone, but it's hard to think that this is not going to continue here, especially if we get more confirmation details as this story develops. And you can see Microsoft doing the absolute opposite, taking out the highs from Thursday, looking to push up to these highs going back to Thursday from last week. And zooming out here on Microsoft, you can see if we take out those highs, then we're looking at the August highs up around 294, which would be about another 1% move from where we are right now. So Microsoft has been on a tear, and it could absolutely go higher here. If it takes out those August highs, there's definitely some room to run on Microsoft, potentially up to this next high at 315, going back to the highs from March of 2022. And this could absolutely be the catalyst that allows Microsoft to go on a run. Similarly here with Google, you can see it's been on a run. And if this structure starts to break down, this could absolutely go back to around 101 at this previous low consolidation. That would be an interesting level to see buyers come in. But like I said, if this story continues, I think this could potentially go down all the way to $95, $96 over the next couple weeks. And if that structure breaks down, then we're down to this low, slightly higher low setup, down around $90 to $91 in this zone. So definitely some interesting levels to watch, and keep an eye on this story. You can see even as I started this video, it just continues to go lower and lower here, shedding another 20 to 30 cents just since we started watching here. So super important story, definitely something to watch as the trading day goes on. And just looking at the S&Ps and the NASDAQ here for a moment, you can see the NASDAQ's been a little choppy in the morning session, going all the way down to about 318 in the pre-market trading, jumped back up here to 319, so about a $1 range in the pre-market. Looking at the SPY, however, you can see about 30 to 40 cents in pre-market. It's still holding fairly well above this area of highest volume. So overall, this story is not having a huge effect on the major indices, which does make sense. They're kind of offsetting in their growth right now. And honestly, Microsoft going up is probably going to have a bigger effect than Google going down just based on market cap. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of this story. Is Google going to lose market share to Microsoft? Is Microsoft just going to take over and become the biggest company in the world? Certainly interesting to watch. Definitely like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.